This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
English with Us podcast.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing amazing today. Welcome back to English with Us podcast. My name is David.
Hello, David, and hello, everyone. I am very excited about today's topic because culture is everywhere. It can be in the food we eat, the music we listen to, the holidays we celebrate, and the way we spend time with family. Living in New York, I meet people from many different cultures, and I always enjoy learning about their traditions and everyday life.
That is perfect, Emma, because today we will learn simple English for talking about culture. We will talk about traditions, food, language, celebrations, clothing, music, family life, manners, cultural differences, and useful phrases people can use in real conversations.
David, before we start today's episode, we have a quick announcement, right?
Yes, Emma. We're now posting the full transcript and study pack for each podcast episode on Patreon. Each study pack can help you review the lesson, practice useful English, and keep learning after the episode.
That sounds really helpful.
Yes, you can join us on Patreon for only $3.99 a month. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for learning with us and supporting the podcast.
We hope to see you there. Now, let's start today's episode. David, quick question. What does culture mean?
Culture is the way a group of people live, communicate, eat, celebrate, and share ideas. It can include language, traditions, music, food, clothing, and many other parts of life.
So culture is not only one thing.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, I enjoy learning about different cultures.
That already sounds very useful.
Yes. Another useful sentence is, food is an important part of our culture.
Quick check, David. Culture includes the way people live and share traditions, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a tradition?
A tradition is something people do again and again over many years. Families, communities, and countries can all have traditions. A community is a group of people living together or sharing something in common.
Can you give us a simple example?
Yes, a family may cook the same special meal every year during a holiday.
That sounds warm and familiar.
A useful sentence is, this is an important family tradition.
That is easy to use.
Another useful phrase is, we have done this every year since I was a child.
Quick check, David. A tradition is something people do again and again over many years, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, can food tell us something about culture?
Definitely. Food can show us what ingredients people use, how families eat together, and what dishes are important during special events. An ingredient is one of the foods used to make a dish.
I love learning about culture through food.
Me too. A useful sentence is, this dish is popular in my country.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, another one is, my family usually eats this during special celebrations.
That gives us more cultural information.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, would you like to try a traditional dish? Traditional means connected to customs that have existed for a long time.
Quick check, David. An ingredient is one of the foods used to make a dish, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what about language?
Language is also a big part of culture. People use language to tell stories, share ideas, make jokes, and connect with other people. Some places have more than one common language.
And some words can be hard to translate perfectly.
That is true. A useful sentence is, people speak several languages in my country.
That sounds very useful.
Yes. Another one is, this expression is common in my language. An expression is a word or phrase people often use.
That is a good word for English learners.
Another useful phrase is, some ideas sound different when we translate them. Translate means change words from one language into another.
Quick check, David. An expression is a word.
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
Word or phrase people often use, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, are greetings part of culture too?
Yes, people greet each other in different ways. Some shake hands, some hug, some bow, and some simply smile or say hello. A greeting is something you say or do when meeting someone.
So the best greeting can depend on the place and the situation.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, how do people usually greet each other here?
That is a great question when visiting another country.
Yes. Another one is, in my family, we usually hug when we meet.
That sounds very natural.
Another useful phrase is, I was not sure how to greet everyone at first.
Quick check, David. A greeting is something you say or do when meeting someone, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what are manners?
Manners are polite ways of behaving around other people. What feels polite in one culture may be different in another. Behave means act in a certain way.
Can you give us an example?
Yes. In some homes, guests take off their shoes before coming inside. In other homes, people keep their shoes on.
That is a simple cultural difference.
A useful sentence is, should I take my shoes off?
Very practical.
Another useful phrase is, I want to be respectful of local customs. Respectful means showing care for another person's rules, feelings, or traditions.
Quick check, David. Manners are polite ways of behaving, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a custom?
A custom is a common way people do something in a culture or community. Customs can be connected to meals, greetings, holidays, clothing, or family life.
So custom and tradition are similar.
Yes, but a custom can be a normal social practice, while a tradition often continues over many years.
Can you give us a useful sentence?
Of course, it is a local custom to bring a small gift when visiting someone's home.
That sounds useful.
Another one is, I am still learning the customs here.
Quick check, David. A custom is a common way people do something in a culture, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, are holidays an important part of culture?
They can be. Holidays often bring families and communities together. People may prepare special food, decorate homes, wear special clothes, or attend events. Decorate means make a place look special by adding things to it.
I love seeing how different places celebrate.
A useful sentence is, how do people celebrate this holiday?
That is a great cultural question.
Yes. Another one is, my family celebrates by eating dinner together.
That sounds simple and personal.
Another useful phrase is, this holiday has a special meaning for many families. Meaning means the idea or importance something has.
Quick check, David. Decorate means make a place look special by adding things, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what about clothing?
Clothing can also show culture. Some people wear traditional clothes during holidays, weddings, religious events, or cultural celebrations.
What does traditional clothing mean?
It means clothing connected to the history or customs of a group of people. A useful sentence is, some people wear traditional clothing during festivals.
What is a festival?
A festival is a special event where people celebrate something, often with food, music, or activities.
That sounds fun.
Another useful phrase is, the clothing has special colors and designs. A design is the way something looks or is decorated.
Quick check, David. A festival is a special event where people celebrate something, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, is music part of culture too?
Absolutely. Music can tell stories, show emotions, and bring people together. Different regions may have their own traditional styles of music. A region is a particular area of a country or the world.
Music can also help us learn a language.
Very true. A useful sentence is, this kind of music is popular in my region.
That sounds natural.
Yes. Another one is, my grandparents listened to this music when they were young.
That connects music to family history.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, music can help keep traditions alive. Keep alive here means continue something so it is not forgotten.
Quick check, David. A region is a particular area of a country or the world, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what about dance?
Dance can be part of culture too. Some dances are connected to festivals, weddings, or special events. People may learn them from older family members or teachers.
I think dance is a beautiful way to share culture without many words.
I agree. A useful sentence is, this dance is part of a local tradition.
That sounds very clear.
Yes. Another one is, people perform this dance during celebrations. Perform means do something for other people to watch.
That is a useful word.
Another useful phrase is, I would love to learn a traditional dance.
Quick check, David. Perform means do something for other people to watch, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, how is family life connected to culture?
Families can have different ideas about meals, responsibilities, celebrations, and time together. Responsibility means something you are expected to take care of or do.
Can you give us an example?
Yes. In some families, everyone eats dinner together most evenings. In others, people have different schedules.
That makes sense.
A useful sentence is, family meals are very important in my culture.
That sounds natural.
Another useful phrase is, in my family, we visit our relatives often. Relatives are people in your family, like grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins.
Quick check, David. A responsibility is something you are expected to take care of, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
David, can ideas about time be different between cultures?
Yes, in some places, being exactly on time is very important. In other places, social events may start more slowly. social means connected to spending time with other people.
That could be surprising when someone moves abroad.
Definitely. A useful sentence is it important to arrive exactly on time?
That is a smart question.
Yes. Another one is, I am still getting used to how people plan social events here. Getting used to means becoming more comfortable with something over time.
That phrase is very useful.
Another useful phrase is, the idea of being on time can be different in different places.
Quick check, David. Social means connected to spending time with other people, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a cultural difference?
A cultural difference is something people do or think differently because of their culture. Different does not mean better or worse. It simply means not the same.
That is an important point.
Yes, a useful sentence is, I noticed a few cultural differences after I moved.
That sounds very natural.
Another one is, this is different from what I am used to.
That is polite because it does not say something is bad.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, I am curious about why people do it this way. Curious means wanting to learn more.
Quick check, David. A cultural difference means something is done differently in another culture, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, how can we talk about cultural differences respectfully?
We can ask questions, listen carefully, and avoid making quick judgments. A judgment is an opinion formed about someone or something.
So instead of saying, that is strange, we can ask a question.
Exactly. A useful sentence is there a special reason for this tradition?
That sounds respectful.
Yes. Another one is, I have never seen this before. Can you tell me more about it?
That is curious without being rude.
Another useful phrase is, I am trying to understand the local culture better.
Quick check, David. A judgment is an opinion formed about someone or something, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, can people belong to more than one culture?
Yes, someone may grow up in one country, live in another, speak several languages, or have parents from different cultural backgrounds. Background means the family, place, and experiences that helped shape a person.
That can make someone's identity very interesting.
Identity means how someone understands who they are. A useful sentence is, I grew up with more than one culture.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, another one is, my family has traditions from 2 different countries.
That is a great example.
Another useful phrase is, both cultures are important to me.
Quick check, David. Background means the family and experiences that helped shape a person, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what can travelers do to learn about local culture?
They can try local food, visit museums, attend events, talk to local people, learn a few words, and observe daily life. Observe means watch carefully to learn something.
I like visiting local markets when I travel.
I like talking to people and asking about food. A useful sentence is, I want to learn about the local culture while I am here.
That sounds respectful.
Yes. Another one is there a local tradition I should know about?
That is a great question.
Another useful phrase is, I enjoy learning how people live in different places.
Quick check, David. Observe means watch carefully to learn something, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, can we do a simple practice conversation about culture?
Yes, let's do one.
Okay.
What is one tradition that is important in your family?
We always have a large family meal during an important holiday.
What kind of food do you eat?
We make several traditional dishes and share them together.
Do you wear special clothes?
Sometimes. It depends on the celebration.
That is a very natural cultural conversation.
Yes, it sounds curious and friendly.
Let's do one more about visiting a new country.
Okay,
Is there anything I should know before visiting someone's home?
yes. People usually take their shoes off at the door.
Thank you. Should I bring anything?
A small gift is nice, but it is not required.
That is good to know. I want to be respectful.
That is a great attitude.
Excellent. Very simple and very useful.
David, what are the most important things to remember from today?
First, culture includes traditions, food, language, music, family life, and customs. Second, different cultures may have different ways of doing everyday things. Third, ask respectful questions when you are unsure. Fourth, remember that different does not mean better or worse.
That is such a clear plan.
Yes, English for this topic does not need to be difficult. You only need some useful culture words, simple questions, and respectful ways to talk about differences.
That is really helpful.
Yes, simple English is enough to talk about culture in a clear and natural way.
David, let's do a quick review quiz before the big summary.
Good idea. What is a tradition?
A tradition is something people do again and again over many years.
Yes. What is a custom?
A custom is a common way people do something in a culture.
Correct. What does respectful mean?
Respectful means showing care for another person's rules, feelings, or traditions.
Perfect. What does observe mean?
Observe means watch carefully to learn something.
Excellent. That was a very, very long and detailed conversation about talking about culture. Now let's have a quick review of today's lesson.
Today, we talked about simple and useful English for talking about culture. We learned that culture includes the way people live, communicate, eat, celebrate, dress, listen to music, and spend time with family.
We also learned useful words like tradition, custom, greeting, manners, festival, region, background, identity, and cultural difference. These words help us describe everyday life and special traditions in different places.
We practiced useful questions too, like how do people usually greet each other here? How do people celebrate this holiday? Is there a special reason for this tradition? And is there a local custom I should know about?
We also talked about being respectful when cultures are different. Instead of quickly saying something is strange, we can stay curious, ask questions, listen carefully, and remember that people may simply have another way of doing things.
The big idea is this: culture is a big part of everyday life, and learning about another culture can help us understand people better. You only need simple words, respectful questions, and an open mind to have meaningful conversations about culture.
Your final homework for this lesson: comment 1 to 2 sentences about one part of your culture. Here are 2 simple example answers.
Example 1. In my culture, family meals are very important, and we often eat together during holidays. Example 2. One tradition in my family is visiting our relatives during special celebrations and bringing food to share.
Thank you everyone for watching and listening all the way to the end.
If you enjoy our podcast and would like to support us, you can find the donation link in the description.
Every bit of support helps us keep creating free English lessons.
Keep practicing, and we'll see you later in the next episode.
Back to school is busy enough. The last thing you need is shopping that makes it harder. Whether you're moving into a dorm, your first apartment, or just getting organized for the semester, Wayfair makes it easy to get everything you need in one place. Furniture, bedding, storage, decor, study essentials, all at prices you'll love. with fast shipping before move-in day. Get everything you need for back-to-school season. Shop Wayfair.com today.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Episode.